I don't.
That's what I mean. It's just going to kill their brand.
Electricity still.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom! And welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Mossberg. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world famous Andy Shaver.
That 940, baby. Crack, crack.
Boom.
Yep. Good gun. It's what we shoot out here. So I'm telling you what, you need to go check out Mossberg. Great company, and they do a lot for us, especially during the Gold Star.
Oh, they're so good and giving, charitable. Great company. They do things for the soldiers and their families and our first responders and families. So if you're a soldier or first responder, jump on Mossberg. They do a lot. They do a lot around here, and I'm very proud to be a team member with them. We're gonna do a World on Fire. Talk about what's going on in the world. Can't think of a better thing to start out with since it just happened yesterday. Let's talk about the Iranian president dying in the helicopter crash.
Kobe Bryant did them.
Oof. Wow. Done jumped that line.
It looked like, so I've seen videos where they're, checking the wreckage and everything. It looked like a low visibility type day, similar to what got Kobe Bryant.
And a 30,000 feet mountain. Now, the conspiracy guys are out in theory today big time. People in Iran did not like the guy, but the Shiites, and I don't understand all the chemistry, but they fight back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of people are putting our blame with our friends in Israel.
Would it shock anybody?
No.
I mean,
I'm going to tell you what, someone had an analogy the other day on Israel, and it made lots of sense. Did the world complain and bitch and gripe when we dropped the bombs on Tokyo and ended World War II?
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
They did. But if we wouldn't have done that, we'd have been fighting for 10 freaking years, and we'd have slaughtered millions and millions of civilians would have died before that would all happen.
Right.
I mean, so Israel's got a right to defend itself. Whether you like it or not, they have that right, and they're sick and tired. They own a little blurb on the map. Mm-hmm. And so I don't understand what their beef is. I know what their beef is because it's a Muslim country and they're not Muslim and Muslims hate Christians. But it's a very interesting deal, and it's going to be interesting to see what plays out. But I don't think this is good for the Middle East.
Well, I mean, it's just going to be more disturbances over there.
And that's all that ever is anyways.
Yeah.
Those people live in such radical dysfunction, but then they want to come here and they want to change our places into that. And I don't understand it. I would hate to live in Dearborn, Michigan, in one of those places that's been overtaken by all the Muslims. It's terrible.
Right.
I mean, it's shitholes. People are all on welfare. Nobody wants to work. It's bad, 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 bad. So anyways, that was the first part on that. That really wouldn't have much to argue about or debate because we both knew what happened. Okay. These are the things I want to talk about.
Scheffler.
I don't really know exactly what happened other than the cop told him to do something. I think the cop maybe got a little power going, but
nobody knew who they arrested.
Right. And so I don't know that that's it. Is it just he wasn't paying attention? It was. I think it was probably, you rich motherfucker, you're going to watch a golf tournament and you can't do what you need to do. We had a lady get killed up here. You either comply and you didn't comply, so I'm not putting up with your shit.
From what I have heard is there was that accident there, and it's like chaos at the entrance of with Valhalla, right?
Yes.
And from what Scheffler's team has said, they told him to do something. He was unsure of what they had told him to do. So he went right when they said go left maybe, and the cop like jumps on his vehicle and pulls him out. And anyway, I mean, that's just what I heard. But Scheffler has come out like a rose on this deal.
And he's been very polite about the cops.
He was like, listen, these guys do a great job. It's a high stress job. At the 10th moment, there was that accident there. He's like, I obviously I didn't do what they.
We're not going to see a lawsuit from Scheffler on the.
No, he's like, I didn't do what they wanted me to do, and they had to fix it. But it's just funny as they're taking him away in handcuffs. One of the other officers is like, now who's this that we just arrested? It's like, well, he's
the number one player in the world.
He's the number one player in the world. So.
That's like arresting Tom Brady before the Super Bowl.
Right. How did Scheffler do? I saw he was
fourth, I
tied.
think.
He was tied going into like Sunday, I think.
Yeah, the other kid from America won. Scheffler won, and the other kid from Texas got second, I believe, DeChambeau.
Right. But I mean, and Scheffler played everything right. So
he handled it with a lot of grace and dignity.
He did.
And
he might have just he might have tried to pull the old Jeff Stanfield and like, fuck, this isn't going anywhere. Because I think he like drove on the shoulder from what I'd heard. And then that's when the cop freaked out.
That hurts that you think that's my skills of driving is what I would
do.
do.
You're like, oh, fuck this. The rules don't apply to me. Let me just go around. I never say
rules don't apply to me.
You never say that, but your actions imply that, I'll just do whatever the fuck I want.
I do not either. I just
go around.
Try to cut corners somewhere.
Exactly. And I'm sure that's all Scheffler was trying to do. He can, say whatever he wants now, but I'm sure a little bit of him was like, fuck this, dude. I got to get to the clubhouse.
He was a little late.
Yeah, I saw they delayed it.
Said it didn't affect his game at all.
No.
There was no problem at all.
He was still tied for first going into the last day.
He didn't complain. He said they'd done a good job, and I
handled
really liked
me very
it.
well.
Yes.
Handled me very well.
I saw the AI video of him ripping on the cops, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you can see the mouth don't fit, but
That's
I think
crazy.
you're going to see a lot more of that shit. And then I saw another one with, somebody. It was Trump or Joe Biden AI deal, and it's scary that there's people that aren't going to realize that that's AI. And they're going to start listening to this shit.
The last video of Biden was clearly like AI.
When he don't blink?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's terrible.
It's either that or he was just really so doped up that he just like is just fucking staring a hole through everybody. And his voice is just real monotonous and something weird was going on with that video. I would be interested to know if it was AI.
He will not agree to a drug test. Now, here's the thing. He really has no way out on this because if I work for FedEx and they tell me to take a drug test, I got to take a drug test. I understand he's the president of the United States, but if he can't come out there and prove that he's sober, he don't be making decisions as the president of the United States. We don't need an inebriated person. If I go to court as a judge, I can't go there if I've been drinking. That's against the rules.
Right.
If you get on an airplane, your pilot's not supposed to be drinking. We know they have, but you're not supposed to. And I'm sure there's some judges that have, but there's rules. A cop cannot be drinking and driving around in his cop car doing his duties. A doctor's not supposed to.
How much is he drinking, though? Nobody knows if he's drinking. Well, he's clearly under some substance. But if that's under the control of a doctor, then I don't see what.
I don't think methamphetamines are.
What's you think it's methamphetamine or just amphetamine? Because Ritalin is an amphetamine.
I don't know, but he's hopped up on something.
Sure.
And the people in the country ought to know. Anybody that's making any kind of decisions at his level.
How can you not be? He's 80 years old.
That's right. Common sense. But anyways, it's still. God, I had something else I wanted to talk about before, and I forgot what the hell it was. It had something to do with all of this.
The debates.
I would like to see them drug test them before both of them. I got no problem with both of them being drug tested. I think Trump's a fool to agree on the rules of the Democrats. They ought to have one that Biden controls, his moderator, his place of doing it. If he wants to have it in a quiet studio, nobody else there, that's his business. Trump should be able to have one where he wants to have one. He should be able to have the moderator he wants, the venue he wants to do, and he can have a crowd if he wants to. I think that's only fair. Both should have an equal say in what they do. It shouldn't be going by because the Democrats have proven they cheat in debates. Mm-hmm. Donna Brazile gave all the answers to Hillary Clinton before she asked him and stuff. It's a known fact.
Right.
I think that's only fair.
You don't think Kennedy should be up there?
Oh, I don't have a problem with Kennedy being on the debate deal either. It's a waste of time, but
he's met the criteria.
I don't have a problem with him being up there.
15%. So here's why they're doing the non-traditional way is because they think they can keep Kennedy off of the debate stage. That's why they switched over to the way that they're doing it instead of the conventional manner. It's actually backfired. So if you listen to Kennedy, the criteria was you have to be polling over 15% in 4 polls. He's over 15% in 5, and you have to be on enough ballots to secure 270 votes.
Electoral college
votes. If they do this debate in June, Trump and Biden will not meet that criteria because the convention hadn't happened. So they're not the nominee.
I saw someone come out today and said they don't think Biden's going to be their nominee anyways.
So,
but I don't know how they can change it.
So Kennedy in June, he's already on so many ballots. I think he's got 200. If the election, he's on enough ballots to secure 200 electoral college votes. Trump and Biden are not on any ballots. The Republican and Democrat Party are, but Trump and Biden, the convention hadn't happened, so they're not anybody's nominee yet. So if you go by the rules laid out by CNN, Trump and Biden would not qualify in that last criteria because they're not on any ballots.
I don't have a problem.
I think that basically what I think they did is they just copy and paste it from whatever the debate convention, blah, 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 whatever thing that is. They just copy and pasted it, but they didn't realize it. Fuck, it's in July. It's before any convention.
I don't have a problem at all with him being on the debate stage at all.
Trump and Biden do.
Well, I understand, but I'm not running. But I think he should do it. I don't know why Trump lets him do it. All he's going to do is hurt Biden. It's not going to hurt Trump. I don't think. I really don't.
But it's interesting because they knew going ahead that this was going to be a way to try to keep Kennedy off the debate stage, and now Trump agreed to that. Biden agreed to that in hopes of keeping him off. And now they think it's pretty well locked up. He's not going to be on the debate stage. So Trump's like, yeah, let him on.
I don't care if he's on there.
But the fix was already in.
Right. But personally, I think it would be good if he come on because I think it's going to hurt Biden more. His voice wears me out. I know he can't help that.
He's getting better.
But that is so hard to listen to him because of that. I'm not being rude. It's just that's the truth. It's just hard to listen to him because you almost want to finish it sentence to him or speak up or you know what I mean? And it's just really tough. Big scare tornado chasing last night.
Where?
In Oklahoma City. They had a tornado hit Oklahoma City last night, late around 11 o'clock. Val Castor and Amy Castor out of KOCO, I believe. I probably got their TV station wrong. Out of the Oklahoma City area, and they chase all the time. I see them everywhere. I see them down here chasing. They're really, really, really good. They were on a tornado last night. They were driving down the interstate. They hydroplaned and rolled their pickup on YouTube live. And she screamed. You hear the windows pop out and blow out and stuff. They rolled it a couple times. They are okay, so it's very good. But pretty scary deal in the tornado chasing the world last night. And prayers to all the people. That was a bad storm last night in Oklahoma City.
Kyle Wojciechowski, he said it popped up out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. It fucking came all the way from Kansas. You could follow the radar. It just didn't go away. They thought it was going to go away, and it didn't. It was tornadoes on the ground all the way through Oak City.
Poor guy woke up. Everybody's calling him. Thought the world was ending.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
First of all, I want to talk about what good Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA. I caught my fat ass on Saturday between going to softball games at noon on TV. Nothing was on and flipping, and there's Caitlin Clark playing basketball. I watched half a game.
Yeah.
Wasn't nothing else on.
Fuck, I can tell.
I watched it. There wasn't, but I watched it because after that, turned it off. Will not watch another game until maybe she's on. If there ain't nothing on TV, I watch to see her score. I like it because the haters are so hard on her. There ain't nobody hated in basketball more than her, other than maybe LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
She has done so much for the women's game. They are going to get wealthier because of her, because her TV contracts are going to go up.
Yeah.
Every woman playing the WNBA should thank her.
Yeah.
She is the best thing that's happened to that sport. I won't watch anybody other team play. I go watch it just to see how she scores and how she does. And that's it.
I just can't get around it.
Well, that's the only reason that I would watch it is just to see if she's scoring points, just like I'll look at the scores of the NBA to see if LeBron James got beat. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason I could give two shits about it. NASCAR had a good moment yesterday.
No, I saw the fight.
The fight. Best thing, best happen. That's what you want in NASCAR. You need some fighting.
Fuck yeah, let them go.
There was a time I wanted to see Kyle Busch get his ass whooped by everybody racing. Now, I don't dislike him as much. He's gotten old, and I kind of root for him some. But Ricky Stenhouse is about 5'5", but Ricky Stenhouse's dad got in the middle of it, and he was a pretty good-sized dude.
I don't understand why he threw the punch, though.
I don't either.
Like, they're just having a discussion, and then Stenhouse just fucking decks him out of nowhere.
Maybe said something about banging Danica.
He didn't. He didn't say anything.
No, I know. I don't know what prompted the deal. Kyle Busch used to be the most hated driver on the deal.
Well, I understand that, but it's still no reason to punch the fucking guy.
Well, good fight. I hope they don't find nobody. Just let it go. It's part of racing.
I tell you what. Racing. Oh, that fucking pit crew guy.
Woo, he cleared it out, didn't he?
Quickly.
He cleared about 3 people with him at once.
He ain't fucking. You can hear everything here.
Kyle Busch is not a big man.
Well, neither is fucking Stenhouse.
Stenhouse is only like 5'6", I think.
They gonna play? What we got going on here? Is the internet out? What's going on? Why am I not?
It was working a mingo.
I got nothing here.
Well, you pulled that up, so it was working.
Yeah, but why is it not playing?
I don't have a clue.
It's almost like they knew something was going to happen because there's another view where it's like over Kyle Busch's shoulder. And
yeah, but everybody's got cell phones nowadays, and there's a deal. Just you pull it out just in case it's going to happen.
So they thought that something was going to happen?
No, there was a confrontation. Kyle Busch came to Ricky Stenhouse's trailer, or Stenhouse came to Kyle. I don't know. I think it was Busch went to his.
Did you see like what happened? Because Stenhouse is saying
I didn't watch another race. I could give two shits.
Stenhouse is saying, you hit the wall and then you hit me.
Yeah, I don't know. And I heard him say, "Watch."
Here we go.
Watch it. And,
I think we're gonna maybe see everything here.
oh, there he was. He tapped him.
Why have I got no fucking? Oh, there we go.
Fireworks are too loud.
Yeah, they go away and you can hear. Go back and watch it.
He throws punch like a little girl, though.
Yeah, you should have leaned into that a little bit better.
Yeah.
Feel bad for that guy in the back. He just got fucking railroaded by Kyle Busch.
Stenhouse.
Now here comes the fucking pit crew guy.
Yeah. Oh, and I was talking about the other pit crew guy, the one that cleared out Stenhouse.
No, here he comes. Well, I think there he is.
Yeah, he's a big old boy.
Well, yeah, he fucking throws tires around probably.
Yeah, he's a lot of man. He's a lot of man.
I wouldn't want to mess with one of those pit crew guys.
And what's bad is they're around each other 5 days a week.
Yeah.
They're around each other all the time. They're like family and they're friends back and forth. So they probably play poker together, but that was definitely some testosterone there.
I just don't understand why he threw that punch like that.
He just threw a punch like a pussy.
No, I know that, but it did what he said. They were just having a disagreement about what happened. But I mean, I don't understand why you try to deck a guy like that.
The biggest winner in NASCAR right now is Kyle Larson. Kyle's the one that dropped the N-word playing when we was COVIDed out, and they kicked him out. So he went and raced sprint cars, and I fell in love with him as a driver. Some bitch is a badass. He could drive a brick with wheels on it and win. He raced he qualified in the Indy 500 at one time yesterday. He was the fastest speed. 200. I saw his car got up to 241 miles an hour.
Whew.
To be riding around in carbon fiber at 241 miles an hour. That is fucking nuts.
You wouldn't catch me doing
241 miles an hour for 4 laps.
Mm-hmm.
Pedal down, don't even touch a brake.
I couldn't do it. They got balls of steel.
Oh, those guys are absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Kind of a dick move if you ask me, but whatever. Throwing a punch like that.
Oh, it's just at least they punch and
Yeah,
not fucking
true.
talking shit on deal. I'd rather them fight. All right, let's talk about the big thing. Harrison Butker.
Uh-huh.
I like Harrison Butker.
More now?
I've had him on my fantasy team. He's a baller. He makes me. He's damn good. One of the best kickers playing football. Him, the kid from
Justin
Baltimore,
Tucker.
and the kid for the Cowboys is really good too. Those are 3 very good kickers. He spoke at a Catholic graduation to Catholics. He said, "Women's greatest accomplishment." Don't let someone tell you that being a housewife and a mother is not the most important job in the world. It is. And your life has begun when that happens. He didn't say anything about serving his man. He didn't say you can't do shit, stay pregnant. He said that's the greatest accomplishment you have. In your life, you are 37 years old, or 36, fixing to be 37, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have 2 wonderful boys.
Yep.
You got a beautiful wife. Y'all are very successful. You've got a great life together. I say the most successful thing about Andy is the dad you are to those 2 boys.
Yeah, I mean it's you're just securing your future as an American by raising future productive members of society. You make a bunch
I hope
of
that don't
shitheads.
come back to bite us in the ass somewhere.
I do too, but I mean I'm going to do everything in my
Right.
power to make sure that they go on and lead successful lives. But he didn't say anything that was out of bounds.
No. What would Jessie say about her life is the most important thing she is?
Raising 2 boys.
And she's a great mom.
Providing for the family.
She is
what
a
she would say.
great, great, great mom.
Sure.
And she fixes her schedule up where she works as much as she wants to work, but she doesn't miss any of the kids' stuff hardly at all.
Right.
I mean, very rarely. And same with you. And you work, and our life is so busy for 5 months away. But as a family, if there's something happening, we fix it where we can work around schedules for our kids and grandkids.
Right.
She is a great mom. You're a great dad.
Mm-hmm.
Those boys go to church. I prayed the other night before we ate dinner at a restaurant with Jameson. They're good boys. They got a good background. If those boys had a son and he turned out to be like Harrison Butker, I'd be so proud. Not the NFL part,
Right.
the part of being a man and doing what he said on his speech.
Mm-hmm.
And I just do not understand how we've come to a place in America or what he said would offend anyone. Because what I've noticed is most of the women that are offended, ain't nobody wants to fucking sleep with them or have a kid with them.
Well, he sold out in women's jerseys.
Yes.
Can't buy a woman's Harrison Butker jersey.
Because women that have kids understand that. The women that are pissed, most of them, are women that don't have children. They don't understand that bond. We talked about this the other day. I went to school with 2 girls. Went to high school with that never had a family at all. No kids. Husbands, a career, blah, blah, blah. They have shit. They have nothing. Now, they may travel. They may go on a cruise to Greece for 2 weeks. I don't know. But at Christmas time and the holidays, they go to their families, their siblings' families where they have kids and grandkids and their aunts and uncles because they don't have that. They go back to their house, which is just them two with the dog. And unfortunately, one of them's going to die in the next 20 years, 25 years, maybe tomorrow, maybe today. And then there's just going to be one left, you know, and the other one's the same way. And they don't have nothing. And I just think sometimes in life, a lot of those ladies are bitter. And I think the women that were pissed about him are the ones that look at their friends that's got the, you know, they don't want to give up their Friday and Saturday nights going gigging at the club. But they want those Monday night Little League and that little girl to teach how to cut cupcakes and stuff. And I've said, you need to get your kids and move to a small town. You also need to have a family.
Yeah. You know it's bad when Bill Maher comes out and defends you. Like,
yes.
You don't have a leg to stand on. Did you see what he said?
Basically that
he's like, I don't see where the crime is.
Yeah, he didn't do that.
I don't see what the big deal is.
He's pissed off a lot of people lately.
In the world. Okay, that seems fairly like modern. But I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I don't see what the big crime is. I really don't. And I think this is part of the problem people have with the left, is that lots of people in this country are like this. Like he's saying, some of you may go on to lead successful careers, but a lot of you are excited about this other way that everybody used to be. And now can't that just be a choice too? And I feel like they feel very put upon. Like there's only one way to be a good person, and that's to get an advanced degree from one of those asshole factories like Harvard.
He's right. He's right on that.
He's
But he's pissed the left off a lot lately.
Well, it's because he has common sense.
Because the other day he also made a comment about Trump being a dictator, and he said, "Well, hold on." He goes, "We went through 4 years of Trump." He goes, "We know what he's about,
right?
And a dictator was not one of them.
No, no new wars.
Yeah, you can say what you want about him. You don't have to like him,
right?
You know, I probably before Trump become president would not have wanted to hang out with Trump much. I ain't got nothing in common with the guy, other than he loves America and he loves his family, but." He's a very wealthy man. I'm a very poor man. We don't have a lot in common there. But as he's become president, I see he cares about people like me, and I can't say that about anybody else up there. I mean, I honestly believe Donald Trump has the best interest of America in everything he does, and not Donald Trump's best interest. I think he's egotistical. I think anybody that runs for president's egotistical. I think we have an empty suit in there now that nobody knows who's controlling it. And I think as Americans, we have the right to vote for the president we want to be. And you have the right to vote for someone different than me. And if he wins, he wins. But the guy that's running the place is not the one that we elected as president.
I'll have to save that. I got, fuck, that was my did you know, and I couldn't remember it.
What?
Son of a bitch. Well, I'll go ahead and say it now. Do you know who the first democratically elected president was?
Democratically elected, so we're talking about in a fair election. What are you talking about? When you explain to me what democratically, what's your definition?
Where we picked who we wanted,
and it wasn't an electoral college.
No, just where we picked who we wanted, where the American people picked top to bottom who we wanted. Who was the first Democrat? Why can't I say that word? Democratically elected president. It's
a fake question, or it's not a fake question. It's a trick question because it's not George Washington, or you wouldn't ask this question. I'm going to say Thomas Jefferson.
You're about 200 years early.
Who was it? Ronald Reagan?
Jimmy Carter
was the first democratically elected. How is that?
And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Before Jimmy Carter, the powers that be in the Republican Party and the powers that be in the Democrat Party told you who you were going to vote for. They did not have primaries until Jimmy Carter.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So Jimmy Carter was the first president where the Democrats had 7 or 8, Republicans had 7 or 8, and you whittled it down. You got Jimmy Carter. I don't know who he won against.
He won against Gerald Ford.
And then they picked him in the summer, and then they went on to pick Jimmy Carter in the fall. So Jimmy Carter was the first.
Well,
Technically,
Gerald Ford was sitting president because he filled in for Nixon
well,
after Nixon got railroaded.
Nixon was put up by the Republican Party. They said, this is your candidate. Democrats had whoever, and they said, this is your candidate. Deal with it.
Well, that ought to tell you things how bad it is, because that is probably the worst, probably the best person ever to be president, but probably the worst president outside of Joe Biden.
Evidently, he ran a hell of a campaign. I don't know anything about it.
Jimmy Carter?
That was before my time.
He was a good old boy. Gas prices were high. Nobody trusted the Republicans because Richard Nixon had just the White House, the Watergate shit happened.
Yeah.
And that's why. And they put Gerald Ford in there, who was a star football player at Michigan, went on to be, I don't know if he was governor of Michigan or senator. He worked for the CIA also. He was put in there because they wanted Nixon out. Nixon, the CIA did not like Nixon.
Yeah. Did you see what Tucker Carlson, how he broke all that down? The Nixon debacle?
Mm-mm.
Oh, fuck. Let me see. Okay, let's see. I don't know how long this video is.
Nixon was forced out, and I don't think he put up a big fight because they had something on his ass, I'm sure. You can't be at that level of being a politician with not.
That's too long of a video. I should have got the Cliff Notes. Let me see. Here's a minute.
I saw Aaron Rodgers on there, was really good too.
Between Richard Nixon, when he was still president, I think it was in 1973, and I think it was Richard Helms, the head of the CIA, though I may have fucked that up, but it was the head of the CIA, and I think it was Helms. And Nixon says, I know why they killed Jack Kennedy. So Nixon was a student of history, obviously a flawed and complicated person, but a very, very smart person. And he was really interested in why this guy who'd been president, just one president before him, was murdered. And he didn't think it was a lone gunman who was mysteriously assassinated 2 days later by another lone gunman. Like, it's so obviously bullshit. And he knew that. And he said to the CIA director, who, and you can listen to the tape, it's on the internet, is totally silent on this question. So I think there was the impression, I don't think I know, that Nixon understood that the bureaucracy was really in control of the country. It wasn't elected officials. And that's a massive threat. Because it's true. So, and there may have been other reasons too that I'm not privy to. Look, and by the way, I didn't even know any of this, despite having moved to Washington in high school and been around this stuff a lot.
That wasn't the video, but basically they put somebody in, the CIA put somebody in Nixon's cabinet, or
Gerald Ford.
No. An ex-CIA guy gets hired on from whatever news organization found this. And then he's the one, he's like a brand new reporter. And like Tucker was like, you never just become the top dog on a story without cutting your teeth on smaller stories. And here it was, this ex-CIA guy, he comes in and now all of a sudden he's the lead that blows the whistle on all this.
I think all 5 people that were involved with that were CIA people.
Right.
And Gerald Ford was an ex-CIA guy. He might have been a director of something director of it. I'm going to look up it on Wikipedia. But Gerald Ford was involved in the CIA somewhere. And they took out the most popular president of all time, one of them, which Nixon was. Nobody really else is that, but he was a very popular president elected by the people, and they kicked him out to put in their CIA guy, Gerald Ford. And guess who was the next great popular president? Was Ronald Reagan. And who did we follow him up with? Another CIA guy, George Bush.
Right.
So there's something going on there with. I
think this might be it while you're looking. I just don't want a long video.
The truth about the CIA.
People who broke into the Watergate office building, from which the name is taken, Watergate, I think it was 6 of them or 7 of them, all but one was a CIA employee. That's real. It's like, look it up on Google. Richard Nixon was elected by more votes than any president in American history in the 1972 election. He was the most popular by votes, which is the only way we can really measure popularity, the most popular president. And 2 years later, he's gone. Undone by a naval intel officer, the number 2 guy at the FBI, and a bunch of CIA employees. You tell me what that is. Those are the facts. Those are not disputed facts. That's not crackpot shit. That's just...
Anyway.
I'm not
going to find it.
Gerald Ford was on the Warren Commission.
Oh, right.
CIA appointed to him. He was a House representative from Michigan for 24 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
And then he becomes president. He becomes vice president, becomes president after they kick out Nixon. So... But he was on the Warren Commission. Did you see Aaron Jones on Tucker Carlson?
Aaron Jones?
I mean,
No, I
Aaron
did not.
Rodgers.
I've seen clips of it, yeah.
Did you see what he, Mom sent this to me yesterday? It was really interesting. If I can find a text from Mom. Oh, shit, where'd she put it to me? She sends me more crap.
Here's another.
Richard Nixon was taken out by the FBI and CIA, and with the help of Bob Woodward, who was a Washington Post reporter who had been a naval intelligence officer working in the White House, working in the Nixon White House. And then he shows up like a year later, and he's this brand new reporter. He'd never been a journalist at all. He's a naval intel officer. The famous Bob Woodward we all revere. And he's at the Washington Post, and somehow he gets the biggest story in the history of the Washington Post. He's the lead guy in that story. Well, I worked at a newspaper. I've been in the news business my whole life. That is not how it works. You don't take a kid like his first day from a totally unrelated business and put him on the biggest story. But he was. He was that guy. And who is his main source for Watergate? Oh, the number 2 guy at the FBI. Oh, so you have the naval intelligence officer working with the FBI official to destroy the president. Okay, so that's a deep state coup. What else? How would you describe that? If that happened in Guatemala, what would you say? And yet, the way it was framed and the way that I accepted for decades was, oh, this intrepid reporter fought power. No, no, no. This intrepid reporter, Bob Woodward, was a tool of power, secret power, which is the most threatening kind, to bounce the single most popular president in American history, Richard Nixon, from office before the end of his term, and replace him with who? Oh, Gerald Ford, who sat on the Warren Commission.
So it all had to do with basically the JFK assassination.
Yeah, it was.
They wanted to keep
CIA
that.
wanted their guy in office.
Well, they wanted to keep that under wraps because if you listen to what Tucker said before, Nixon knew what happened to JFK and why. And then they replace him with a guy that was on the Warren Commission. Maybe to give them a buffer, a little bit more time to bury these fucking secrets. I don't know.
I'm going to go back to Nixon in a minute. I wanted the Aaron Rodgers deal. Aaron Rodgers come out, talks about the Pat Tillman situation.
Yeah.
Did you listen to that?
Yeah.
And
Burned his uniform and confiscated his diary.
he stole his diary from him, took it, never give it back to him, because he got over there and realized the war that we were being fed to America
Right.
is not what we were doing over there. We were protecting poppy fields for the CIA,
Right.
and got shot by an Afghani,
No, it's friendly fire.
from an Afghani soldier, though, was who shot him.
Oh,
It was,
working.
it was friendly fire, but it was,
But it
they
was
said it was an
somebody-
accident, but it was an Afghani guy that shot him,
But it was an Afghani asset that the United States had.
supposedly.
Right.
You know, who knows if it's right or not, but he had a lot of publicity on him. So what he was saying, the deep state wasn't liking. Mm-hmm. That was a pretty interesting deal. Back to Nixon now real quick. Are you aware of the Nixon-Jackie Gleason situation?
Where they talk about Bohemian Grove or what?
No. Jackie Gleason was a big UFO enthusiast, big believer in UFOs and stuff.
Right.
Him and Richard Nixon were good friends from when Richard Nixon, I think Richard Nixon was the governor of California for a while. He might have been senator for there or something, but I think he was, I know he's from California, and I can't remember. Damn it, we went by his house when we were in Beverly Hills. I can't remember the story on it. But anyways, I know he's a California resident. Does it say what he was? Was he the senator there?
I can probably find it. Come on.
Anyways.
Give me the Wikipedia.
Richard Nixon and Jackie Gleason had become friends. Mm-hmm. So during their friendship, they struck up these conversations about
He was just a representative of
Okay.
California.
about alien and alien life and all this stuff, and Area 51 was going on and all that stuff, the Roswell stuff. So when Nixon was president in 71, 72, supposedly we had we collected a spaceship somewhere off the coast of Florida or somewhere, and they had it at Homestead Air Force Base. Mm-hmm. Richard Nixon used to stay in Florida all the time when he was president. That was kind of his place to go, like Mar-a-Lago. He had a place down there. Well, Jackie Gleason lived down the block a couple miles. So he went and got in the car and drove. Told the Secret Service guys, I'm good. I don't need you to go. I've got somewhere I'm going to run. He goes to Jackie Gleason's house, picks Jackie Gleason up, takes him to Homestead Air Force Base. They go in the main fucking gate. Guy, here's my credentials. I'm president of the United States. Oh,
Right.
Takes him to a hangar and shows him this spacecraft. It's been done. Don't know anything else about it, but that is a big story. I've heard that on 5 or 6 different Did You Know type podcasts talking about spaceships and stuff. I just found that pretty interesting.
Jackie Gleason.
Yep.
Figured it out.
Well, I don't know if he figured it out, but he got to go to that
He
deal.
found it out.
You know, it's another thing with that Iranian helicopter. They got pictures today of a plane crash from there, and it shows a plane deal on it. And I don't understand why these news sources don't help themselves out a little bit. They just feed.
Oh, it was a plane. It wasn't a helicopter.
No, they were in a helicopter that
I know
crashed,
that.
but they showed a picture and it had
a
a tail
plane?
section of a Cessna. And somebody's
Dickheads.
like, that's an Iranian Cessna that crashed in 2020. You know, I'm thinking that's why you don't help yourself none.
Right.
You just dig up these stock photos that are all over the internet and you put shit with it, and people are like, oh, I know better than that shit. You know, I don't know who you're trying to fool. So what's really happened there?
Yeah. Yeah, Kennedy was talking about the debate, and he said he was supposed to have a meeting with CNN to make sure to go over all the rules, and then CNN called that morning. They're like, "Well, we can't find the guy that's in charge of this." And Kennedy's like,
For a presidential debate, which would be the most important thing CNN's had on in a year.
"What are you talking about? You can't find the guy. Like, you're a news organization. It's your job to find people and dig up stories, and you can't find the guy that works at CNN that's in charge of this. That's what that's your reason that you can't have this meeting today." Biggest joke ever.
Now, H. Ross Perot got to debate with
did.
Clinton and George Bush, but I don't know. That doesn't go around with my stuff. What I was going to say, well, the Democrats they knew that H. Ross Perot cost George Bush the election.
Here's my biggest problem with all this. What do you think one of the biggest problems in America is?
Right now,
No, just the way that we're
taxed without representation.
The way that we conduct business.
We give too much money fucking away.
We don't allow any opposition to the big two. You got Republicans, you got Democrats.
Oh, the two-party system is killing our country.
But everybody will agree to that. But then you get a guy like Kennedy, and everybody starts clutching their pearls.
Who's everybody's clutching them? It's not the people that aren't doing it.
Everybody starts. Well, he's gonna be a spoiler to my guy.
Well, that's right. He is.
But we all agree that we need more than two parties.
Andy,
but
15% of Congress has an approval rating. They keep getting reelected.
But what I'm saying is everybody gets all up in arms whenever a third party gets there because like, well, it's going to cost my guy the election.
And it's going to. And I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all on anything you said.
If it comes out that Kennedy keeps Trump out of the White House, you're going to be pissed off.
Yeah, it's going to cost my guy. Yes,
but
I
we
would be.
all understand that we need more options than just 1 and 2.
I agree with you on that
R&D.
too. I'm
So
not.
I mean, how are we ever going to get out of this cycle where it's like we need more options, we need a third or fourth party or fifth party or however, but we can't do that because it's going to cost Trump the election possibly.
Right. But I'm going to be happy if it costs Biden the election.
Right.
So it's one or two
but
sides.
nobody is willing to concede the fact that yes, we need more options, but it might cost your guy the election.
I said he don't have a chance. He's just going to be a spoiler.
Right.
And that's his job, I guess. But I said a minute ago that I don't have a problem with him debating at all. I don't think he's going to hurt Trump at all. I think he's going to hurt Biden on some of the bleeding heart liberals. There's very few things the guy says that I don't trust him because he's back and forth on shit. But
is he back and forth, or is he just getting information and then he's like, "Oh, I was wrong"?
He may be. I don't know. I haven't listened to him much. He deserves Secret Service protection, and he deserves every right that everyone else has to be on that ballot. I've got no problem with that at all. But our biggest problem in our country, I didn't know we were talking about politicians. Politicians are our biggest problem. The biggest problem we have is Washington, D.C. We are represented by people that do not represent us at all. They don't have any, and it's not just in Washington, D.C., it's in Austin, Texas, too. I got a couple of my friends of mine that are representatives at the state of Texas, and I have a little in common with a couple of them. I mean, I got some shit on one of them, pretty good shit. When he was younger, he'd done some stupid shit I know about with me, but I don't really have a lot in common with those people. You know what I'm saying? And that's our problem. We're not represented by people. And that's not, it was set up. It was set up if you lived in Knox City, Texas, in our area, we were going to have a representative, and he was going to be a local farmer or rancher or teacher or whatever he did, but he was going to represent his people. They don't represent us. They represent the party. And that's our problem. You know, I've said and said and said what's good for Pennsylvania is not good for California on any of the party. Now, Fetterman, I never thought in a million years 9 months ago that John Fetterman would probably be my favorite politician up there right now.
He's kicking ass.
He is, and he's using common sense, and he's not
right.
voting along party lines, which they put him up there thinking they could control him. and he seems like a real mullet head. But lately he's been pretty spot on some things. And but yes, our politicians are a problem. They don't represent us, and we should have a third party or a fourth party run.
But you're gonna be vitriolic towards Kennedy if it comes back and costs Trump the election.
Well, I don't think it will, but I think he should be able to run.
Or any, you know, I mean, and I'm just using Kennedy.
If it wasn't for
H.
Ross Perot, we would have never had Bill Clinton as a president, probably. Or he might have been 4 years later. I don't know. The deep state loved him. He was in with the drug cartels and the CIA, so they probably loved him. Right. How the hell you become a drug cartel guy in Mena, Arkansas? You know, and that's the main place that's going to keep you in is crazy. And all the things that our government has turned their back on all the Clinton shit is just, that's mind blowing by itself.
Yeah. We'll stay on politics for a minute. Have you seen who's making the most money right now in Washington D.C.?
Hold on just a minute. Who's making the most? So it's a politician.
Well, I shouldn't phrase it like that. Do you know who has made a substantial amount of money in the last month? He's a Republican, and I don't know where he's from, but you'll know the name. Tommy Tuberville.
Oh, from Auburn. Used to be the coach at
yeah, but I don't
Tech.
know does he represent Alabama?
Yes, he's at Alabama, and he's a senator there. He's a big Trump staunch reporter, and I guess he's big into the money in Ukraine, I'm guessing.
Huma, whatever that is, it's right there on the screen for people that are watching. Back in April, he made a suspicious buy of $80,000 worth of this Huma. It is a small biotech company that makes implantable human tissue. They've been testing this in the Ukraine, treating combat wounds.
Yeah, of course it's in Ukraine.
Tuberville sits on the Armed Service Committee.
Yep.
So this is where he buys in right here where it's rock bottom, and spends $80,000 on it. Let me see if
he got 16,000 shares.
Let me see.
Or 15,000 shares.
This $80,000 buy brought his total up to $225,000 in the past year.
It's up 100% almost since he done it.
The stock has been on an absolute tear, almost up 90% since its filing.
I'll bet you money right now in Knox City, Texas, if you got Mac Thornberry's freaking financials, I'll bet you Mac Thornberry's a big owner of that stock too.
Right.
Our ex-representative who stays in New York, or in D.C. now, and I believe he is a defense contractor, works for them, lobbyist for them, and I'll bet you he's got the same fucking stock, a bunch of it.
Probably. But, I mean, you're on the Armed Service Committee. You know about this little biotech company that's doing all this shit in the Ukraine. I couldn't have fucking picked that. If you would have given me if you'd have narrowed it down to 10 and said just random stocks with that in it and said, hey, pick a winner here.
Well,
I'd have never fucking
It's called insider trading.
But that's illegal.
That's because there's two of us sitting right here and we don't do a fucking thing about it. We let them get by with this shit. We, the people, are a bunch of pussies. We let these guys here do whatever the fuck they want. Every one of them. And when they get out of office, they stay up there and they still in the middle of that fucking cesspool.
Right.
Why would anybody that's got a lot of money and works hard want to vote for a fucking Democrat? But Washington, D.C. votes Democrat. 90% of the people there do, because they're all in it. They're all in on it to some degree or another. They either get working in an office doing something for them. Those people right there, it's the wealthiest neighborhoods in the country too, around Washington, D.C. How is that? A government job. What government job pays millions of dollars a year?
I just don't understand. Aside from that, it's just the trading. You shouldn't be able to. You should be able to put it in like a 401k or a Roth IRA and just let your money ride. You shouldn't be able to buy individual stocks, especially whenever you're buying stocks that are right close to the job that you're doing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But that's what I'm saying. Those people are so wealthy because they all do this shit. And you don't think the secretary that works for
Tommy Tuberville
and the secretary that works for AOC don't have lunch together and talk sometimes?
Right.
And she says, hey, listen, here's a stock tip. Tell your boyfriend or your husband. They're all fucking intertwined. Mm-hmm. And that's why they don't want change over there. They want to keep their deal. If you worked in Washington, D.C. and you were making $500,000 a year on bullshit stuff, do you really give two shits what's going on with the rest of people? You can afford to buy your milk.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care.
It's just like this TikTok ban. Politicians are putting their money on Meta. And they're on the committee that's going to ban TikTok.
Yes, that's bullshit.
Well, it's like we know TikTok's going to go away in a year because they've already said they're not going to sell. Let's put all of our money on Meta, Facebook, and Instagram. And when TikTok goes away, that stock's going to rise.
We had rules called I think it was monopoly and antitrust laws, and they broke up Southwestern Bell Telephone, and they turned it into Pacific Bell, blah 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 blah. And when they did that shit, everybody's phone bills went up fucking a little bit. But Southwestern Bell or Ma Bell, whoever it was, had a monopoly on phone service all over the United States. Well, the government went in and broke them up. It's no good. We blah 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 break up. You think they're gonna break Meta up?
No,
of course not. Or Amazon?
Nope. But I don't know. I don't know much about the Southwestern Bell. Because Facebook and Instagram and Google will just use the not the monopoly, just the free market. Our product's better than yours. And make another product that rivals. Just like what Bobby Guy was saying. Like, if everybody's bitching about YouTube, but it's going to take another Google to combat Google. I mean, Google has done everything right, and they've stored all this data, and that's why everybody that bitches about Google still uses Google. Like, if you're really pissed off at Google, quit using it.
We've had lots of big companies that were too big to fail.
Yeah.
Amazon is the one right now. But I just saw a meme the other day on this. Sears Roebuck.
Right.
They were the Amazon in the early 1900s. You can go to any town in America and there's a home that was built, that was shipped to you from Sears in Chicago, Illinois. Every town's got one. There's a couple of them in Haskell.
Yeah.
They're Sears homes. They're neat. They're good looking old wooden homes. You got the whole kit there. You got before bathrooms, they had a dressing room in the house. They didn't have bathrooms. They had a water closet is what they called it when they first got the plumbing in, so you could at least take a shower, but nobody wanted to put a shitter in the house because they thought it was going to smell like an outhouse. They didn't understand the P-trap and how that vent pipe worked and stuff.
Right.
So all these people, everything that they bought was there. Well, nobody had radios in the 1910s hardly at all. And Sears and Roebuck could sell your radio for $4. Well, a lot of places didn't have a radio station. So what did they do? They went and opened up WLS in Chicago, the biggest radio station, most powerful radio station in the United States. So all of a sudden you could buy your radio from Sears Roebuck. You could turn it on and the only station you'd get was WLS. WLS stood for the world's largest store. Guess what their commercials all were? Stuff they sold at Sears.
Right.
So they owned the radio station,
and
they sold you the radios and all the advertising.
Yeah.
It was a monopoly. It was great until eventually people got where they could buy and they competed against them. Then we got a Walmart. Walmart ran all the small businesses out of town. Now Amazon is doing the same thing. I promise you, we buy more shit from Amazon than we do anybody else.
Yeah.
We don't do Target.com because Michelle boycotted Target 2 years ago, and we've not. Matter of fact, the red card has been cut up. It's a zero balance. Never ever touched the damn thing again. So we got a Target we don't go. We don't go to Walmart.com. We buy everything off Amazon. There's nothing you can't find on Amazon.
Not a thing.
Other than the hunting stuff. I don't buy any kind of hunting stuff from Amazon. But
You can get hunting stuff there.
No. I know you can. I just don't buy any. But I don't buy hunting stuff anyways. But you can buy anything you want at Amazon. You can probably buy decoys on Amazon.
I know you can get turkey decoys there.
Okay, there you go. So you can get everything off Amazon. And That's why Amazon trucks. And now Amazon's got their own delivery service. So I'm sure UPS, FedEx, and the United States Postal Service is pissed.
Yeah, you can get duck decoys.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos is a damn genius.
He figured it out.
Yes. And that's what you need to. So if you want to be really wealthy, figure out something that somebody on the internet everybody needs.
Good luck now, though. Tough to break through.
There's something new will come out tomorrow. There'll be a new TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you can get Lucky Duck on there. Huh.
I still say if we got an American-made vehicle manufacturer that makes square-bodied vehicles that people could work on, the government regulations are going to get you because the lobbyists at Ford, Chrysler, Toyota, and all them are going to bitch about it, would be a big hit. Could be a cheaper vehicle that you can work on yourself. People would love it.
Yeah. What did you think of Marjorie Taylor Greene and AOC going at it?
I say put both those bitches in the WWE and let them go.
I thought it was very tacky.
On both parts.
Yeah.
They're not professional at all.
This is the best that our country has to offer, and y'all are going to squabble like a bunch of fifth graders?
Well, I will say this much for both ladies. They got more balls than 90% of those men up there do. I will give them that.
It was cringeworthy watching it, though.
I turned it off. It was not my kind. And I like confrontation.
Right.
But I don't like it. I like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think she's a pretty cool lady, and I like what she stands for most of the time. I think she's a little bit out there, but she stands up for her constituents. And if I would be proud to vote for her, I would be. I think AOC is a weird liberal, typical, has no clue about stuff, but she represents the people in her district pretty well. They wouldn't keep voting her in, and she busted her ass to get that seat that she has. Don't like her. I think she's anti-American, just like most of the squad is. But I think most everybody in that house up there doesn't give two shit about anything about the United States. It's all about their own pocketbook on both sides of the aisle.
I was just upset to see it.
Well, but that's pretty much politics. We've become a third world country in politics up in D.C. I mean, you've got people that weren't even at January 6th now that have been arrested for inciting violence and stuff and all this crap. And then you got the people that went and sat in the office the other day, the Palestinian people. They let them out of jail, don't do shit to them.
Yeah.
You got a president on trial in Manhattan by a DA that's as crooked as shit, that's letting 90% of all violent criminals walk and just putting them on probation. And then you keep wondering why we have more and more criminals doing shit all the time. I'm tired of it. I have seen 2 of the Tesla pickups in driving down the road.
In the wild?
Yep. I saw a black one.
Ooh.
And I saw a silver one. They look absolutely like trash.
Ooh.
I saw the black one was in the silver one was in Abilene. The black one was in Wichita Falls.
Fuck.
I would like to
already
see the
here.
inside of one. They're not.
I can pull it up for you.
It's
Jeff.
not feasible.
Everywhere. What do you mean it's not feasible?
When I bought my pickup the other day, the last thing I thought of was get me an electric truck.
Jeff, listen, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. It's bulletproof. You can drive this in Chicago and not have to worry about anything. Oh, yeah, there's that black one.
So you think the cartels will be all over this?
I would be if I was them. Woo, boy. Imagine that thing with a fucking goose trailer behind you. Fuck yeah. In and out, baby.
So is it a truck or is it a fucking car?
That's a truck, Jeff. Truck in every sense of the word. What was I looking up? Oh, interior.
I hope someone has one here. This lodge. If you come to the lodge this year and you drive a Cybertruck and you bring it here, I want to go for a spin.
I'm riding with you. You're hooking up to the trailer every day.
It's only $50,000.
Fuck yeah, Jeff. Cheap, man.
Should have bought me one.
Cheap, man.
No,
I think that's the base. I think that's the base model.
If I would have showed up with a Cybertruck,
Look at that.
Your mom would.
Look at that fucking screen.
Shit.
I bet you can watch movies because you're not having to drive anymore. Spacious.
Bullshit.
No handles. You just click that little door.
I wonder how that thing can handle hail damage. It'd be a good tornado chasing vehicle.
Yeah, it's all bulletproof. And then there's the bed of your truck.
Well,
0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, and you can go 500 miles. That's more. You can get further than that in a gas. How far do you get?
406 miles.
See
I
there?
think. But I can also gas up in 10 minutes.
Well, now that's your problem right there, Jeff.
That's the reason why nobody wants one.
Musk will figure it out. He'll figure out a way to make it quicker.
Those vehicles right there, if you live in town, that would be perfect for you.
Yeah.
But if you live where we live and the kind of traveling we do and the driving we do, it's not economical for us.
That $10,000 Charger is not very good.
No.
Or whatever. I don't even know if it costs that much, but. Oh, so you got storage in the front. That was in the front. There's the bed of your truck. Look at all that. Fuck.
Well, why don't you buy one? You're a man of means.
Ah, Jeff.
Why don't you go buy one?
It's not feasible out here.
So you paid more than that for your Ford.
I did.
Would you trade your Ford for that?
People would make fun of me. It's not worth it.
So, but if people didn't make fun of you, you would do it?
I wouldn't do it just because it would take so long. But I don't know. I mean, if you plug it in the night before it goes, I don't know. It doesn't seem feasible out here.
Okay, we're going to Squad Fest in 2 months.
Yeah.
And we're driving.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't drive that to Squad Fest.
Why can't I?
Fuck, you have to stop in Rolla, Missouri or somewhere and sit for 6 hours. Nobody wants to do it. We can go buy Uranus Fudge while we're going on the way. It's on the road, but we ain't going to sit for 6 hours there. Now, if you're driving to Dallas where you can plug it in overnight and you can get there on one charge, that's not bad.
Let me see how long it takes to charge a Cybertruck.
Too damn long.
Take to charge Cybertruck. Okay, let's take a look here. You can go. Come on. Just give me. Oh, yeah.
How long?
6.25 hours.
Yeah, that's not worth it. What's the one with all the bells and whistles on it?
What do you mean?
It's got air conditioned seats, the whole shebang. Heated steering wheel, the whole deal. What's one cost that's fully decked out?
I'll have to look that up too. Probably 100.
Because I'm not buying a truck that don't have nothing on. I mean, it's got to have some conveniences.
Sure. 81.
81,000 for the fully loaded
Yeah.
Cybertruck.
Yeah.
I wonder what the resale value. See, that's going to be another thing that's going to get on them, because I heard the resales are really tough right now because of the battery situation.
Right.
Because if I drive one for 3 years, because I keep my vehicles, my Black Beauty, my Tornado truck, I've had for 6 years now, and I'll keep it forever probably. Reese will probably drive it to high school. But my truck, I'm going to keep for 3 years. I'm going to trade it in and buy me a new one. Mm-hmm. So when I trade my truck in 3 years, if I buy a pickup for $70,000 in 3 years, that truck's going to be worth $30,000 still.
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
What is the
I don't know,
resale going to be on one of them? And
because they're brand new,
right? So let's say that $81,000 truck in 3 years is worth $40,000, but in 3 years you got to buy a new battery that costs $10,000. That's the fucking problem you're going to have.
Yeah, it just takes too long.
Yeah. So 6.2, that's way too long to do it. If you're a city guy and you're just driving to work, we get city guys come out here. I see guys pull up $100,000 King Ranch pickups.
But see, this says it can go from 20 to 80%. So that's a full charge. It says this can go from 20 to 80% in about 40 minutes on a supercharger.
I don't know. There's more and more chargers everywhere. I will tell you that much. But it's kind of like the guy that drives a trimmer that comes out here with 4-wheel drive, everything on it.
Never leaves Dallas with it.
I said, "Do you have 4-wheel drive?" Yeah, I've never used it before.
Itching to put that bad boy in.
And then, or they want to do it. Can we go down a dirt road where I can use my 4-wheel drive? Fucking knock yourself out.
Fucking people.
You've seen people just like that.
Oh, I know.
You know?
Fucking platinum F-250 that's never left the pavement.
Yes, but they look good in the parking lot.
They do. You look like a man's man.
And that's all they want to do is look good in the parking lot.
Go into your little fucking office cubicle.
Is Rasheed Wright the dumbest guy in the NFL this year?
I don't know when these guys are going to figure it out. I really don't. I don't know what it's going to take. You had the Henry Rugg incident, and you figure everybody would have just been smarter.
And we've had 2 since then.
Just a dumbass. And I don't know if he was inebriated, so I'm not going to speculate there. But either way, drag racing, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, both of his vehicles. He rented one and he owned one. Now, he had a fight hit a bar altercation the other night. And now something's come out about him hitting a girl or something. I don't know if that's true or not. But here's a dude that was a 3rd or 4th round pick. Mm-hmm. He made the league minimum last year, I'm assuming, which is $1 million a year. That's a lot of freaking money. It's a lot more money than I made last year. But he's living like he's going to make $1 million a year for the next 20 years. And he's a good chance he's not going to play football this year. He might be suspended for the entire season. And he's not going to get a paycheck one if he does. He's going to get an 8-game suspension for that driving incident.
For sure, yes.
Okay. Then now he's gotten in a fight since then and supposedly another domestic situation. I can see him saying, you know what, son, you're going to sit for a year. If you really want to play in the NFL, you're going to sit out for a year. You're going to get your shit straight and stay out of trouble and then prove to us you want to be in this league, because it's a luxury to play in the NFL. We don't owe you nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, witnesses about the incident that allegedly happened Monday. Fucking, I didn't know about the fight. Hitting a photographer at a club.
He's just stupid. I mean, you're pissing off everything you got going. First of all, you've killed any kind of marketing you have. Mm-hmm. You've killed your marketing skills. So now it's just a football playing deal. You know? I don't understand it. Tyreek Hill, I don't understand him. He's had 4 kids this year.
He got married, though.
Well, yeah, to one of them.
Finally.
Kenny Vaccaro's.
No, I thought he had 10 kids this year.
No, he's 4. He's got 10 total.
10 total?
4 by different women. One of them's Kenny Vaccaro that played for the Saints from Brownwood, Texas, is where she's from. That's his wife he has now. I don't. Now, he's got enough money he can take care of his kids. But that's not you're not doing a good job.
And he wasn't very marketable anyway. Like even before all this, like you never saw, did you ever see him on any big commercials?
No, because he got in all that trouble for all this other shit he done he's lucky to get to where he is making all the money he is. I'm telling you right now, fucking Trojan Condoms ought to fucking sponsor his ass and say, look, Tyreek ain't had another kid in a year.
Yeah. I mean, thank God he's got the money. Did you see the P. Diddy video?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
It's all crumbling around him. What's amazing,
they're releasing all that. They're doing that to him.
Well, they're doing it on purpose. They've known about it forever, but now he's not the Hollywood's golden boy anymore, and everybody's coming after him. So that's why you're gonna see more and more shit about him. Because I think, when did that happen? It happened like 2016, didn't it?
He's the sacrificial lamb for that deep state people. If they can hang him up, somebody else might get off.
Yeah.
I think Jay-Z's right there with him too.
When did this? I thought it was 2016, but I might be wrong.
But
I mean, yeah. 2016, Casey Ventura in 2016. So they've had this for 8 years. They knew it happened 8 years ago.
Of course. What's the show with Will Smith where Enemy of the State?
Yeah.
You need to watch that show, people. It's a really good movie with him and Gene Hackman. Very good movie. That shows you what's going on in our country to a degree, how certain people can get, and that was a long time ago. But everything that they're talking about in that show, they can do now 10 times faster and a lot easier. And that's what they've done. They've had this on him since 2016. They used him to do whatever he did, and then they released it when they did. Same with Jeffrey Epstein.
As soon as you're no longer useful, that's when they're
unless you're a Bill or Hillary Clinton, you keep going on.
Yeah, but I think their time will come. They might not be alive to see it, but it'll at least tarnish their legacy.
Oh, their legacy's done anyways. She gets on stage right now, and people are just like, "What the fuck are you rattling about?"
Right.
You know, everything she does is just she turns to shit. I think there's going to be a lot more of those Hollywood guys that are going to go down that are going to release stuff because I think there's some really true guys out there that are pretty good. But it floors me when these people get all worked up about like Harvey Weinstein, and I'm not defending him. But every one of those women that had sex with him to get a position and a job, she knew what they were doing. Every one of them. They gave up their bodies to him for the sole purpose of getting a part in a movie. I don't give a shit how you want to do it. If you think those women didn't know what they were doing, you're wrong. If you think they came in that office thinking they were going to be his girlfriend or his wife, you're wrong.
Right.
They knew exactly that he was going to use them for sex to give them a role in a movie. And they accepted that. So a lot of them did. Then once they got famous and got their deal and they didn't have to go to him for that anymore, they wanted to throw it up like, well, I was used. No, you weren't used. You sold yourself. You knew what you were doing. You know, they didn't drug you up like sex traffic you. You gave up your body to him for a part in a movie. It's been going on since they've had movies.
Marilyn Monroe.
They all have. And they knew where they were at. The difference was Marilyn Monroe never come out and complained about it. She knew that's how she got where she was. Have you seen Kamala complain about giving Willie Brown blowjobs? No. She knew exactly what she was doing. And it floors me when these Hollywood people, these women, and what gets me is the actors like George Clooney that come out all better than that. He knew what them girls were doing the whole time. He didn't stop any of it.
Right.
Didn't Brad Pitt stop him from doing it to somebody?
Gwyneth Paltrow, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's happened out there. Do you ever watch Saturday Night Live?
No, never.
I don't either, but I watch the clips of the black guy and the white guy doing the news. And they're funny as shit.
I haven't seen any of that.
Oh, the black guy writes the white guy stuff, and the white guy writes the black guy stuff, and they have to keep a straight face, and they do news clips, and they're funny as shit, and they make fun of. The other day, Caitlin Clark was on there, and the black guy had to read some stuff he had said derogatory about her over the years, and the white guy, he's over there laughing his ass off. The white guy's married to a famous actress, though.
Oh.
Like Scarlett Johansson.
Right.
That's his wife. And so the black guy wrote a couple of derogatory things about her body and stuff on there, and the white guy had to read it. But they're funny. It's the only part of Saturday Night Live that's any good, and I watch their clips all the time.
Yeah.
But the white guy has to say derogatory stuff about black people, and then but it's off. It's non-woke bullshit, but it's funny.
Good-hearted humor.
Yeah, it's
back when
it's
Saturday
life.
Night Live was in the 70s.
Yes, it's life. You're supposed to be able to make fun of people. If you run for public office or you're in the public eye, then you might as well just get used to hearing shit. I mean, we are in the public eye at a very small deal, and we catch shit a lot of times about things we say and do. That's life. I don't get all worked up over it, So
Part of it.
yes, it's all part of the deal.
Poor Biden had a lot of people walk out of his graduation commencement address.
At Morehouse College, the only people that stood, they said, were the faculty. And they had to. They were told to.
I'm going to push back a little bit on this. You should stand.
It's called respect.
He's the whether you agree with him or not, he's president of the United States. I probably would have stood.
If he walked in the door right now, I would address him as Mr. President. I would be respectful.
Yeah.
Barack Obama, I would be respectful. I don't like either one of them.
Right.
But I would be respectful for them.
Just because of the office and the prestige that holds.
I'm not flipping Joe Biden off as goes by his motorcade and there's 7 people there.
He doesn't give a shit.
He don't even know.
Right.
I mean, if he actually was conscious about his surroundings, when he drives down the street and he looks and there's nobody at his shit and he goes out, I mean, there are people, me and you could draw a bigger crowd in Cape Girardeau, Missouri at the school than he's going to draw. And that's crazy. Yeah. He don't draw anybody. I saw the other day, they had like 80 people there. And that's nuts. There's just nobody because nobody buys into his shit. I saw the deal at Morehouse. I saw the kids turn around. But I feel sorry for Biden on this. I don't feel sorry for him on anything, and I really don't feel sorry for him. But it's ironic is that these young college kids are all pissed off at him about the shit going on in Gaza. The other party is a whole lot more extreme than he is. Mm-hmm. But since he's in charge, he's catching all that shit for it.
Right.
Well, I got news for him. Donald Trump's not going to be any better when it comes to.
Right.
He's going to give Israel more than Biden has. Mm-hmm. But they don't understand that. You know, and I saw Bill Maher, somebody the other day told the gays for Palestine or something. He said, "Get up and go over there and see how that works out for you."
Right.
You know, they hate you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just. I wish they would. Everybody can do what they want, but I would have stood just because of the office.
Just called respect.
Yeah.
President comes there. It was all a political mode. He's trying to get the black vote.
He's trying to get the black guy.
And the black vote is going way away from him fast. And people have had enough. Mm-hmm. They've just had enough of this bullshit. The black people are mad because of the illegals. Well, I got news for you. The Mexicans are tired of the illegals too. I mean, it's not, and fat white guy in Knox City, I'm sick of this shit too. I don't care if you come to our country. If you want to work, I'm all for it because we got too many fucking lazy bastards that won't work. I'm tired of going to Academy and they have one fucking register at work and nobody's working. I'm tired of going anywhere like that. So if you want to bring someone in from Guatemala or El Salvador and they want to come here and work and be part of our country, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I don't like people coming over here and getting a check though. You know, I go to Mexico a lot. I've crossed that border a bunch. I've never had a Mexican give me $1. Ever. Not one time.
No.
And that would be nice. Now, you're fixed to leave to go to the Bahamas.
I am.
You're going to be there a week.
I am.
World traveler that you are.
That's right.
What's your thing you're looking forward to the most in the Bahamas?
Coming home.
I wish that you weren't telling me the truth on that.
What do you mean?
I wish you were lying about that, but you're not.
I fucking hate traveling.
I know. And
I hate it.
Your little boys are looking so forward to it.
They are, but I do not like traveling.
What are they're going to swim with the dolphins.
Reese is. Jameis is not old enough.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, it got me out of not having to do it. Me and Jameis are going to watch while my wife and Reese do the dolphin thing.
I talked to Andy's in-laws, the friends of ours, good people, and I asked Charlie about it the other day, and he's talking about going to the casino at Atlantis. Mm-hmm. I said, well, that bitch is expensive.
They give you free beer.
I said, what do you mean? I said, fucking it's high. It's like Vegas on steroids. It's really expensive.
There's not like a quarter machine?
I don't know. I'm sure they probably got something cheap, but I said, you're not playing blackjack. So I looked up blackjack's $25 to $50 a hand minimum hands.
Right.
And there ain't no $5 tables. Right. Charlie don't like to spend a lot of money, so I was talking to him about it.
Guy.
I go, well, what are you going to do? Oh, a couple of days, we'll go to the casino. I go, your vacations are a lot different with the grandkids than mine are because I do stuff with them the whole time. I don't get a break ever. Well, Andy and Jesse are going to have a date night and we'll keep the boys then. Well, yeah, at night it's easy. Give them an iPad and they're going to go to sleep.
I have not heard about the date night.
Oh, never mind. Might want to take this out. There's probably something you don't know that you probably got surprised on.
Well, I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to
getting on the plane coming home.
Getting on the plane and coming home. And that's with any vacation. I hate going.
You don't like going to Mexico when it's just the guy trip.
No, fuck no.
February. And you always have a good time.
February rolls around and I start hearing everybody getting all excited about going to Mexico and I just, And then we're going to go to Maine in June and with y'all and I'm going to be pissed off about having to go there. I just don't like it. I'm not a traveler. I don't like traveling. I don't like getting out of my routine. I hate it. I hate every bit of it.
When we go to Boston and Maine, why don't you just stay and I'll just go with us?
I hate fucking fighting the crowds in the airports. I hate flying and the flight. Luckily, it's only like a 3-hour flight. I hate every bit of it. I'm not a traveler. I don't like traveling. I've never
travel a bunch.
I've never pretended that I like traveling.
So if next year when we're supposed to go to Disney World, you're good for opting out of that.
Yeah, I'll stay here.
I would opt out of that also.
Yeah, I'll stay here, 100%.
There's nothing about Disney World that excites me other than my grandkids want to go.
I don't like. You got to find something to do with your dog. Dogs age 7 times faster than humans, so we're going to be gone a week. That's going to be 7 weeks to him. He's already 11. He's old. He's decrepit. We're going to be gone almost 2 months in dog time. 2 months. 2 months. We're going to be gone in dog time.
So you're basically going to miss.
He might not even be here when I get back. He might be so depressed he doesn't eat and he just whittles away. It might happen.
What about when you're going to the Bahamas? He's also going to be gone a week.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So, yeah, you got 2 trips. He's going to be gone 4 months of this.
Yeah, 4 months of his life, I'm going to be away. 4 months of his life, I'm going to be away. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. I don't understand why my wife forces me to do this. But she does. I'm going to be sunburned when I get back. I'm going to be fucking itchy. I'm going to have all this work to do. That's the main thing.
We're getting most of it done before you go. So
now I got to work 3 times as hard to get ready to go.
Yeah, but you don't have to work the whole time.
And then
you're
I got to catch up. And then I got to catch up.
You don't have nothing to catch up on. We'll start when you get back.
Oh. Just don't miss.
Andy.
Just don't miss, and it's not a problem.
I've never been to the Bahamas. I wish I was going. I've never been there.
Well, Jeff, I'm sure it's just like any other fucking tropical place.
A lot of overpriced drinks and people that just trying to get in your pockets.
White sand and ocean. Can't be a whole lot different than Mexico or any other place. Except shit's going to cost more money. That's it.
Yeah, and you're paying for your whole family.
Every bit of them.
All right. You got anything else to talk about?
No, nothing else. Now my mood is soured.
Our world is definitely on fire. We got a big time election coming up in November that we have to win. We've got summertime here. We got football season starts in about, training camp starts in about 2.5, 3 months. But it's middle of May, June, July, 2 months away from football training camp. Thank God we have something else to talk about and do. Thank y'all for listening to us. Numbers have been blowing up. Man, we're just growing and growing and growing, and we appreciate all the downloads. If you need anything, holler at us. Check out our sponsors. We appreciate each and every one of them. Got a lot of really cool stuff lined up the next couple of months. Gold Star Hunt, first weekend in October. If you want to donate to the kids, please let us know. November 18th, 19th, and 20th is the Boss Steel Reserve Hunt. We can do singles and up. We got spots available for that still. Come out here. Pacific Calls is going to have some stuff. Dirty Duck Coffee will be here. Shin Gear will be out here. Be all kinds of neat stuff to be getting. Have probably a couple of gun giveaways and everything just for that week or those 3 days, November 18th, 19th, 20th. Reach out to me if you're interested. StanfieldHunting.com. Thank you. Peace. Goodbye.
Love you. Bye. Watch for those deer. Check out all of our great sponsors. Go check out Mossberg, Stanfield Outfitters, Alpha Outdoor Specialties, Hemp Hill Farm, Mallard Bay, Double T British Kennels, MLR Graphics, Bosch Shot Shells, Pacific Calls, use the promo code BHP25, Dive Bomb Industries, Dirty Duck Coffee, Shin Gear, Looking Glass Podcast, Lucky Duck, and Ducks Unlimited.